Folks, I'm telling you, what you're about to hear is something I've never seen in 2 decades of scouting, analyzing, and being inside the league. Right now, at this exact moment, something utterly unprecedented is unfolding behind the scenes of the NFL. No, this isn't just a routine rumor. This is a masterclass in strategic manipulation, a chess move so bold that if it happens, it could redefine the entire landscape of 2026. And I can guarantee you this. What I'm about to reveal goes far deeper than the typical trade chatter you see on social media. There's a secret, a hidden playbook, a master plan being executed right now, and only a select few are in the know. Imagine the scene. A rookie superstar enters the league with everything to prove. Devin Witherspoon, the elite cornerback from Illinois, the guy who redefined what a shutdown CB looks like in just his second year, now on the cusp of becoming one of the NFL's most feared defenders. But here's the twist. Whispers are starting to swirl that his name isn't just on the trade block. It's at the center of a clandestine negotiation that could send shockwaves through the NFL's power structure on the eve of the offseason. And I'm not talking about some small deal. No, this could be a blockbuster, a seismic shift that leaves everyone wondering how it all unfolded in secret. Now, if you're serious about understanding the magnitude, you need to pay close attention. Because what I'm about to lay out is not just a rumor. It's a conspiracy wrapped in strategy, backed by insider intel, and verified by league sources who rarely speak, but are dropping breadcrumbs that point directly to the Green Bay Packers making a historic move. Here's your call to action. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and activate the notification bell right now. Why? Because what I'm about to reveal is only the tip of the iceberg. The full story, what's really going on behind the scenes, is something you need to see, hear, and understand in real time. If you're not tuned in, you're risking being left in the dark when this story erupts. But if you're in the know, you're about to be the first to get the full, unfiltered scoop. Now let me peel back the curtain. We're looking at the Green Bay Packers, an organization that for years has played the long game, building through the draft, cultivating young talent, and maintaining a steadfast belief in their core philosophy. Yet beneath that calm surface lies a storm of strategic maneuvering. The Packers' front office, led by GM Brian Gutekunst, has always been known for their meticulous planning. And now, with a young but promising quarterback in Jordan Love, they believe they're on the brink of something monumental. But what if I told you that, behind the scenes, they're orchestrating a move so audacious, so game-changing, that it could tilt the entire NFC landscape? Let's start with the player in question. Devin Witherspoon has been nothing short of spectacular since arriving in Seattle. Drafted 5th overall in 2023, he was immediately hailed as the best cornerback in the class, an instinctive ball hawk, a versatile disruptor who can shut down the best receivers, and a leader who's already taken the mantle as Seattle's top defensive guy. His film at Illinois projected him as a lockdown cover corner with elite closing speed, and he's demonstrated that in the league. His ability to play both inside and outside, combined with his physicality and football IQ, makes him a perfect fit for any scheme. But why would a player like Witherspoon, currently on a rookie deal, be connected to a potential blockbuster trade? The answer lies in the strategic chess game of NFL cap management, roster rebuilds, and the pursuit of a Super Bowl championship. You see, Seattle has a rising defense, but they're also facing looming contract extensions for key players. Rick Woolen, Josh Jobe, and others. Their cap situation is tight, yet they see Witherspoon as a franchise cornerstone, a guy they want to lock up long-term. Here's where it gets interesting. Behind the scenes, sources tell me that the Packers have arrived at a crossroads. They believe that to truly compete with the elite NFC powers, San Francisco, Dallas, Philadelphia, they need not just an upgrade but a game-changer in their secondary. They've done their homework. They've analyzed Witherspoon's film, his advanced metrics, and his impact on the Seahawks' defense. It's no secret. Statistically, he's among the top 5 CBs in the league since 2024, with 9 pass deflections, 2 INTs, and a PFF grade that consistently ranks in the upper 90s. What makes Witherspoon such a tantalizing target? His raw talent combined with his relentless competitive nature. Watch his tape. His ability to mirror receivers, jump routes, and make explosive plays is exactly what the Packers' secondary needs to elevate from decent to elite. He's a disruptive force who creates turnovers, and in modern NFL, that's the difference between a playoff team and a Super Bowl contender. But here's the kicker. How does a trade for a player of his caliber even happen? Well, that's where the insiders get into the real deep dirt. Rumors circulating in league circles suggest that the Packers have been quietly exploring trade options since December. With the Seahawks firmly in win-now mode, especially with a playoff run underway, could the Packers convince their trusted front office that a blockbuster deal is worth the risk? The mechanics are complex but not impossible. The Seahawks, with their depth at cornerback and their need for draft picks to rebuild their roster post-2025, might be willing to part ways with Witherspoon if the deal includes multiple high-value assets, perhaps a combination of future first-round picks, proven veterans, or a mixture of mid-round selections and young talent. The Seahawks are in a bit of a rebuild mode, adding draft picks for future growth while they evaluate their window with Geno Smith and building around emerging stars like Witherspoon. From a salary cap perspective, Witherspoon's rookie deal is manageable. He's under contract through 2026 with a fully guaranteed $31.86 million value. But teams have ways to maneuver: extension options, salary restructuring, or adding incentives. The Packers, with their impressive cap space, reported to be around $80 million heading into 2026, can absorb the financial hit, especially if they see this as the missing piece to their championship puzzle. Now, what exactly does this trade look like? Speculation suggests that the Packers might look for a combination of the Seahawks' 2026 first-round pick, a young developmental player, and perhaps a mid-round pick or two. The Seahawks, on the other hand, could see this as an opportunity to accelerate their rebuild, acquire a future star with star power, and finally infuse their secondary with a player who can lock down NFC receivers for years to come. Let's take a deep dive into the mechanics of this potential transaction. The Seahawks' front office has historically been aggressive when it comes to maximizing the value of their assets. This isn't a franchise that hesitates to pull the trigger if the deal makes sense. With Witherspoon's value skyrocketing after 2 seasons, and given their position in the NFC playoff picture, could they be convinced to make this move? Especially if the Packers boost the offer with a high first-round pick and a promising young defender or offensive weapon. From the Packers' side, this is a statement move. It signals their intent to compete immediately. They're betting on Jordan Love reaching his potential and see Witherspoon as the cornerstone that can transform their defense from mediocre to elite. It's a bold gamble, especially considering the cost, but in today's NFL, that's what separates contenders from pretenders. And let's not forget, within the league, whispers tell us there's a growing belief that the Packers are actively pushing for this move. Why? Because the organization knows how rare it is to acquire a top-tier young cornerback with Witherspoon's upside. They see him as the missing link, the game changer in defensive coverage, and a player who could instantly elevate their status. Now, the question remains, how well does Witherspoon fit this puzzle? Scheme-wise, the Packers run a versatile defense under Todd Bowles, who prefers aggressive, zone-oriented coverage with man-on-man principles for elite corners. Witherspoon's skill set, his quick reactions, press coverage ability, and ball skills fit perfectly. He's been compared by scouts to a younger Darrelle Revis, able to shadow the best receiver on the opposing team, make game-changing plays, and patrol the field with supreme confidence. In terms of projection, the best-case scenario is simple. Witherspoon becomes the cornerstone of Green Bay's defense for the next 5 years, forming a lockdown duo with a rising star like Keshawn Nixon, and turning the secondary into one of the league's nightmares for offenses. His ball-hawking instincts and physicality would complement LaFleur's aggressive front seven, creating turnovers and setting up the offense with short fields. Imagine a defense that can consistently hold opponents to under 20 points. What would that do for Jordan Love's growth? Worst case. Well, the risk is that the injury history, albeit minimal so far, could resurface, or that the transition to a new system might take longer than expected. But in my professional opinion, the upside far outweighs the downside. The Packers are betting on his elite talent, and I believe they're ready to pay the premium for it. So what's next? Keep your eyes peeled on the NFL rumor mill. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is a calculated, strategic move by a franchise that has historically been cautious, but now sees an opportunity to strike a decisive blow in the NFC. They know they're close. They know the window is open. And if they pull the trigger on Witherspoon, it'll send shockwaves through the league. And here's the most important part. This isn't a story that's playing out on the surface. No, this is deep within the league's inner sanctum, where whispers become negotiations, and negotiations become reality. I can feel it, something bigger than just a trade. This is a statement. Now I know what you're asking. When could this happen? Early reports suggest serious discussions could heat up once the combine or free agency begins, around late February or early March. Both sides are motivated, the Seahawks are open to offers, and the Packers see this as their defining move for the offseason. And let me tell you, if this deal goes through, it won't just be a trade. It will be a declaration of intent. A signal that the Packers are here to compete at the highest level, ready to shake up the NFC hierarchy and put their stamp on history. Stay tuned. This story isn't over yet. What I've laid out today is just the beginning. Trust me, the next few weeks are going to tell us everything we need to know. And when it finally unfolds, you'll want to be the first to see it right here with me, your insider, your analyst, your source in the league. We're about to witness something legendary. Don't blink.